Welcome back, everybody. I'm John Stiles with Bridge Realty, and I'm here again with John and Talyssa from HYR Building LLC. We're in our sixth and final video in a series answering the question of, is an ADU right for you? In this video, we're going to discuss the major things that you should look for if you're planning to buy a property with the plan of adding an additional unit. So, Talyssa, what would you say is the first thing that a buyer needs to know when looking at a property?
Yes, so the first thing the buyer needs to know is their direction somewhat, whether they're looking into doing a new build detached unit versus an interior conversion. And so knowing their lot limitations, their setbacks, their egress requirements, if the property has enough space to add egress windows in the side yards, or if it has enough space to add that stair coming down from the attic for additional egress. So looking at those factors are really big initially.
Okay, and that sounds like a lot of technical details, which we don't really have time to go through in this video right here. So is there a resource that's available for buyers to look at and so they can become educated on those specifications?
Yeah, we are a resource, John and I. You can call us anytime. We've also provided a link attached to the notes of this video, and that will show reports and information provided by the City of Minneapolis. For example, more detail about ADUs and egress requirements, or even basement heights. And so you can go onto our website as well, hyrbuilding.com, and find more information there.
Okay, perfect. So once somebody has a property under contract, what takes place during the inspection time period?
So the inspection time period is so important to understand what elements you're doing during your due diligence. So you're not only inspecting now the existing property, you're inspecting if you can do the project that you're intending. So you're going to need to either reach out to us or contact the city directly. You can call 311. You have to have the site information available. Preferably what we do is already draft the plans, have those available to present to the city. That way you can come back with accurate results and already corrections, and make sure that that project is 99% feasible by the time you close escrow.
Okay, so that's where somebody could go ahead and engage with your services and get the feasibility study, correct?
Yes, exactly. So they can give us a call prior to their search to get a direction, and then when they're in escrow, they can give us a call, kind of like calling an inspector, to get that additional report that states you can or cannot do this project, or this is a variation of it, and then we can help them out through the entire process all the way through the final portion of the build.
Okay, perfect. I do want to remind our viewers that if you mention this video when you call HYR Building LLC, you can get 50% off of the feasibility study. One other consideration that you need to discuss with your realtor, and I would do this for you as well, is we would analyze how competitive the market is for that particular property. If you don't have a lot of competition, you might want to make your offer contingent upon receiving approval from the city to add that additional unit. So that will give you a lot of protection. In case it's not going to work out, then you have a way out of the purchase. However, if there's a lot of competition for the property, you may not have that flexibility, which is why it's really important to have everything kind of lined up and ready to go during that inspection contingency. Now, can you comment about the financing aspects of building an ADU?
Actually, a great example is the FHA 203K. John and I use that for this project in particular, and it only requires 3.5% down, and that's for the entire purchase plus the construction portion. And they also offer a conventional loan, which is the home styler loan, which is very similar. So it allows for a 6-month period to complete your project. And then if you extend, you can request for extensions if needed. And then it becomes a permanent loan. And you might want to potentially even refinance out of that existing loan to get a better and lower rate.
Okay. Yeah, it's great that there's some options out there to do the renovations and have that long-term loan all in one. But like you said, you might want to do a refinance. And if that is your plan, what considerations should we keep in mind related to timing this out?
For the timing of the market, in the fall, you actually have much better comps because of the most recent sales, and that's what the appraiser is going to look for. So it's very important that you time that appropriately so that you may potentially even be building 20 to 30% equity in that short amount of time because of the renovation you just put into the property. So it's going to be beneficial for you to potentially even get rid of your PMI at that point.
Yeah. And this has been a popular strategy for a lot of people. They call it house hacking, where you buy a property, live in it, renovate it, and refinancing it. Most of the time, people are looking for really, distressed properties. But now with the ADU or adding more units to a multifamily property in Minneapolis, the main house doesn't have to be distressed, but simply adding the additional unit can increase the value of the property substantially and allow you to refinance out of that property and get better terms. So if this is the first time somebody's done any sort of renovation project like that, what piece of advice would you give them?
Yeah, definitely. It's first to start small. So look at properties that you can do an internal conversion. It's going to be less costly. The time frames will be shorter. It will be still nice to leave a 10 to 15% contingency fund in there just in case you exceed your budget. But that's where I would first start out as a small-time investor.
Okay. Well, very good. I appreciate all the information that you guys have shared. I think this has been really informative, and I hope everybody got the opportunity to watch each of the videos in our series. If you didn't, be sure to go back. There'll be links to everything, and you can see the information that we've covered. Hopefully we have answered the question for you, is an ADU right for you? And we'd love to hear your comments and feedback. If there's something that you have a question on, we're available to help you with that. So we hope to hear from you soon. And thank you guys again for your information on this.
Thank you very much,
Yes,
John, for
thanks,
having
John.
us.
All right. Take care, everyone.